Hi, my name is Vanessa Pollock, and I'm a South Orange resident, mother of 3, and proud Seth Boyden Demonstration School parent and PTA member. I recently had the amazing opportunity to speak with each of the principals in the South Orange Maplewood School District, and I'm so excited to share those conversations with you here. I learned that the South Orange Maplewood School District has a vision to become the top performing diverse suburban school district in the nation. The district strives to provide every student with rigorous academic opportunities to reach their personal, college, and career aspirations, and through these efforts to achieve the district's goal of excellence for all. I applaud the extraordinary work being done by this administration, board, teachers, staff, and the community. So please enjoy this insider's look at the South Orange Maplewood School District. Principal Kios, thank you so much for having me at Seth Boyden today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
For personal reasons, obviously, I'm in love with this school because my son attends here. He's currently in the 2nd grade. And I love the multiple intelligence delivery of the district's curriculum here at the school. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that and what the school does with that?
Oh, this is a wonderful place. I always say to parents, it's a wonderful place to grow children. The multiple intelligence theory by Howard Gardner is just the starting point of what we do with children. We take the district curriculum and we'll look at what needs to be reached, and we'll go at it through the multiple intelligences, looking at the strength of the arts and visual and musical intelligence. And we'll even use the outside, the naturalist intelligence, the gardens. Behind me you can see just incredible teaching gardens. Our teachers have used these gardens to teach math. They'll come out here and do nature walks where they'll listen to the sounds in the fall, the rustling leaves, and they'll start writing down these vocabulary words and incorporate them and enrich their stories. So, you know, the musty smell of those leaves and the wind whistling through the branches as now the fall has kind of moved toward winter. And our teachers will incorporate that. They'll incorporate other areas too. Math, for instance. Our 4th grade teachers have, upon occasion, divided up the gardens into a coordinate plane. And so you can deal with XY coordinate in math and deal with graph paper, and that's wonderful, but also a concrete experience of doing it yourself and then seeing it in real life and then applying it to the paper. It's a lot easier. You can make a stronger math connection. You can develop that math sense. There's so much that I could say about this place. We utilize in our writing program, as I think about writing, the units of study, which comes from Teachers College, Lucy Calkins, and we look at authentic writing. It's an exciting place to be as a principal, as a teacher. There are many challenges, but in all of those challenges, we gather together and we group around. We can individualize certain things for children to make their experience a very powerful learning experience. So we look at developing not just we're going to teach math and science and social studies and all of that, but we look at the whole child because it's a little person that's coming into our building that we're being given the privilege to invest in their future and to invest for a lifetime. And so we want to make the most of that. And we certainly receive that privilege as an honor, an opportunity, but it's a neat thing.
It's an amazing place. I can't thank you enough for watching over my son and for having me here today.
Oh,
thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Miss O'Neill, thank you so much for welcoming me into Clinton Elementary School today. One thing that I've heard about the school is that you have a quote where you say, this is a school where we share our similarities and celebrate our differences, which is fantastic. What can you tell us about the school that we could share with people who are thinking about moving to our area?
Clinton Elementary School, the way I look at it, is magical. It's just a magical place for a child to be. We have families from all over the world whose children are here, and we celebrate those differences culturally. And you'll notice when you go around the school, the emphasis we place on students from foreign lands and celebrating their language and their culture, and also to integrate their lives into the lives of our students who live here.
Right.
So it's a very special collaboration among the teachers and the students. And then by celebrating our differences, you automatically, we share our similarities. Absolutely. So in those kinds of conversations. So it's just a great place to be for a child. The other magical piece about this school is that we have a community of some of the most creative people I've ever met in my life, very talented in the arts, and our related arts staff is extremely talented, and they work so well with the teachers, both our regular ed and special ed teachers, again, to bring out the talents of all our kids. And it not only stems in the related arts, it also happens here in our Media Library Center. Mrs. Latimer has been key in bringing out the creativity of our students in the digital world. Yes. So we encompass all the content areas. Yep. And then we find through the arts, and especially music and art, the core content talents of our students. We find that musically, our students who are involved in instrumental music, that increases their math knowledge. And also in the art classes, we see a lot of geometric knowledge being brought forth through the art teachers' collaboration with not only the students, but the regular ed teachers.
Right. Well, I can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you so
much. My pleasure.
Much. It's an honor to be here.
Anytime. Okay. It's a magical place to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Allen, thank you so much for having me to Marshall Elementary School. I know that your motto is, if it's to be, it's up to me.
Yes, if it is to be, it is up to me.
Tell me more about your school, and what else can you share with us about Marshall?
Yes, well, that motto actually surmises the energy that's present at Marshall School. With 10 small words, each 2 letters, we are able to embody the experience that we hope students at Marshall School leave with at the end of their time here. Having students from grades kindergarten through grades 2 really gives us an opportunity to lay a strong foundation for each child. And we want our students to not only be independent thinkers, but to be resilient citizens, so that they are able to look at a challenge, a difficulty, an obstacle, and find ways to address it.
That's fantastic. Talk to me about some of the different programs that you have here at Marshall.
Absolutely. Our specialists are phenomenal, and that includes our music teachers, art teacher, physical educators, our media specialists, and I'm going to include our school nurse, because our school nurse is so dynamic and plays such an integral role in helping us at Marshall School interact in a very safe and healthy environment. Annually, we have several events that highlight some of the great things that we do here. And I have to talk about this great production we put on at the end of the year, where each class actually presents to the parent community and the school community their work that they have engaged in throughout the year. Our art teacher, Mrs. Fong, is very creative, and she's partnered us with our Art Sonia this year, which is a website that allows us to showcase student artwork. And parents are able to purchase the artwork and put it on a mug, a calendar, or whatever they decide to, and the school receives a small portion of the proceeds. And that allows us to expand our art in the school. We're looking to add a new mural this year, which is very exciting. From a physical education standpoint, we have our teachers working toward field day, when the entire school community participates in activities outdoors. as well as the Project ACEs movement. That's all children exercise simultaneously, and that's part of a national program. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, we take a walk and we begin our routine. And so it's very exciting to have individuals who look to craft their program with the needs of our students and the developmental appropriateness of them to make it all work together for a great fit.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your time and having us in Marshall today.
Oh, my pleasure. Come back anytime.
Will do. Principal Grierson, thank you so much for having me to Jefferson School today, and you're a fabulous library. You have a book fair going on right now.
Isn't it amazing?
It's awesome. Please, tell me about the library. Tell me about your school.
Well, first of all, this library is absolutely amazing. I mean, we have incredible space. It's 2 stories, and we have amazing light you can see. It's beautiful. We just painted it this summer with these, fabulous, exciting colors, and we're still not done. And that was done with the PTA support. At Jefferson School, our PTA, second to none. They're supportive, they are doers, they're just absolutely amazing. I can't say enough good things about them. What's special about Jefferson is that we're grades 3 to 5. So that's really a fabulous thing, that we take these 3 grades where kids are really able to apply their learning. So we get to do so many fun projects and so many things with them, because they're really at that stage where they can really kind of, practice what they're learning. So that's wonderful. We're really active learners here at Jefferson, and always looking for ways to have kids, show us what they know, whether it's posters, whether, any kind of project, radio shows, like whatever it is. So that's really fun. And it's also nice to have that narrow, those few narrow grades, because we have like 8 classes of 3rd grade. So it's a really nice big cohort, and we can do some wonderful things with them. We have an artist in residence program for our 4th grade, and that has been absolutely amazing. We've had Spiritry here for 2 years now, and they're coming back again. They do something with recycled paper, and last year we did an amazing artist in residence with them. We were thrilled. We integrated the mythology unit that the students were learning in enrichment. So fabulous stuff, and you'll get to see some of that. We also have an outdoor classroom, an outdoor space that we turned into a wonderful learning area, which is used a lot during the school year, especially in the nice weather. We have planted native plants, and it's been terrific. We also are doing a project down by the brook, restoring that area, and there's a lot of planting going on down there. Jefferson also is a catch school. We were the first catch school in New Jersey, and we do a lot of catch activities during the school year. So you'll see evidence of that throughout the building. And it's fun for kids. It's a coordinated approach to teaching children about health. So it's really about healthy living. Our phys ed program really spearheads that. But it's kind of interwoven, throughout all of the classes. Our staff is incredible. They are friendly, they are smart, and they also are always willing to try new things. And that's really what I love about them. It's a great learning environment, supportive for kids, but also, have adults that are always willing to go above and beyond, for any student that enters our building. So it's a great place to learn and grow.
It sounds like such a special school. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you having me here.
Thank you. Thanks.
Principal Majid, thank you so much for having me to Tuscan Elementary
My pleasure.
School.
Welcome to Tuscan.
Thank you. It's such a great school you have here, and I was hoping you could tell me a little bit about it for somebody who's thinking about coming into our area.
Tuscan is near and dear to my heart. It was a school that I selected when I was house hunting for my son Drew. He went to school here from kindergarten to grade 5. So I've been in love with Tuscan since 1999. The visual appearance of the school, when I first drove up, the front facade is just spectacular. Most of Tuscan is a feeling. It's not just one place, it's every place. Our students are highly talented. They are fascinating, they are enthusiastic learners, they're curious, and it just makes for wonderful learning communities. And our teachers are fabulous. They are just spectacular, highly talented, thoughtful, caring, dedicated, and very skillful. And here at Tuscan, we believe that learning is a journey that unfolds uniquely and it evolves for each child on a unique level. So we try to personalize our learning experiences for each and every child. We have numerous opportunities for children to engage, really engage in learning through collaboration with their classmates, through collaboration with their teachers, through collaboration with students in other classes. So it's a very, very collaborative learning environment for students, which makes it dynamic and it makes it a lot of fun, but it's rich and it's deep and it's rigorous. And our students really just gravitate to all that we have to offer at Tuscan School, which is a lot. We started TV Turnoff several years ago, and students make a pledge to dedicate TV-free time. So it's screen-free. So you're not giving up TV, but you're embracing other opportunities to be creative, to read, to write, to communicate, and to get out into the community and really enjoy. We have a fabulous library media specialist, and our library is just the hub of Tuscan School, where so much creativity takes place, and just our love of reading and our love of books. And we start a lot of initiatives that are really supported through our library, and specifically our librarian, Roberta Balton. So a lot of what Tuscan is probably what it always has been and will remain: deep traditions that children look forward to and they can expect year after year. And we add new initiatives and new exciting and dynamic events, but it's basically a strong foundation in an environment that truly supports learning and learning for all students. So if it's TV Turnoff, it's our field day, it could be our farmers markets. There are just a wealth of activities for children to experience here at Tuscan and also outside of school, with rich field trips to Sterling Mineral Mine or to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. There are just a wealth of experiences that teachers consistently provide for their students, and parents support us in everything we do. So as a principal, it's just like a dream and a gift, both at the same time. So we thank you for visiting, and just hope you enjoy and get a chance to see everything.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate your time.
Such a pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks. Well, Principal Lane, thank you so much for having me here today at South Mountain. I know that one of the key objectives here is for each child and adult to really fully realize their potential as learners. What else can you share with us about your school?
It's funny you should ask me that, because that's sort of exactly what's important to me, and it's really the reason why I came to South Mountain, is that every single child who walks in feels like they're important, that we help them be the very best they can be, that every teacher helps them do that, and then I get to help the teachers to make that possible. There's a lot of things we do to make that happen. You know, schools are about learning, but they're also about each child, and I want them to be really happy when they come into school and feel really good about themselves. So one of the things we do every day at South Mountain, which is kind of sacrosanct, is we have what's called a morning meeting. Every child in every classroom is sitting with their teacher in a kind of family circle, and they just talk about what matters to them. They talk about, you know, whatever it is that's on their minds. They get a chance to sort of express themselves before school starts. And so the day starts in this sort of non-stressful place where children feel like I matter. And every day starts like that. Children need to be rounded, and they need to have that sense of, I'm important for who I am. One of the things I did when I came to South Mountain was I said, I want to see bulletin boards that are filled with children's work. I want to celebrate who they are, what they're writing, what they're thinking. And so outside, the boards are kind of magical. They have samples of children's writing. So you can see a kindergartner's writing and then a fourth grader's writing. And so walking through the schools, the children can see the growth over time, and visitors can see the kinds of learning that happens. So the bulletin boards represent math and science and social studies and language arts, and it's kind of a way of the children celebrating, this is what we do in our room. When children come to South Mountain, wherever you are as a learner, that's where we will take you from. So if you come in, let's say as a second grader, and you really are, really way beyond what we say is second grade curriculum, the teacher will take you from that place and help you grow. If you're really struggling, she will take you or he will take you from that place and help you grow. So when you walk into our classrooms, you see small groups of children. You very seldom see a whole class lesson. You might see it for 10 minutes at the beginning of every hour where they teach one thing. And then there's all these wonderful little groups around the room. So there's the teacher will be on the ground working with a little group because they didn't get the math, or I walk in another time and she might be working with another group who really got it and don't need that, and so she's doing something else with them. So all this kind of thinking about where the child is and not what the curriculum is really important to me as well. And I see that at both ends. You know, if children across the span, we should be taking them for wherever they are and moving them up and, you know, helping them become the best learners they can be.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for having us into your school
You're
today.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Principal Yu, thank you so much for having me to South Orange Middle. Now, I know that's kind of your nickname. Tell me your whole name.
Well, my name is Joe Uglialoro, and it's much too difficult for anyone to pronounce, so we abbreviate for the kids, and it's just Mr. Yu, which they like and I like, and everyone's happy. So
That's excellent. Well, this is such an exciting school. I'd love if you could just share with me some highlights of South Orange Middle School.
Absolutely, and as someone who's just come into the district, I've now been here since July, what has really impressed me so much and what really attracted me to the district in the first place is the commitment to a vision of becoming not just an exceptional school district, but the best school district in the nation. And what we've done as a middle school is we've now said we want to commit ourselves to becoming the best middle school in the nation and provide each and every one of our students with an academically rigorous program, create a developmentally responsive setting for our young adolescents, and create a socially equitable setting for this diverse community that we serve. I really think where we are is on the cutting edge of education, and that, as someone who sees himself as on that fringe, is what attracted me here. When you walk in our classrooms, we have teachers using technology on a daily basis to really personalize learning for students so that they're able to work at their level, at their pace, and even on what they're interested in. And what we've done is created a very engaging learning environment. What else I think makes this school extremely unique in an exceptional way is that at a time when school districts across the nation are really constricting in the areas of the arts and music, our programs here at this middle school and in the district continue to thrive and are producing work that is far and above what I've seen in any other middle level. So, you know, I really give a lot of credit not only to the teachers in the building and to the district, but also to the community for their continued support of the arts. And I really think what we're providing our students with is not just an academically rigorous environment for them to learn, but also we're educating the whole child by providing them with the opportunity to really pursue these other passions. We have teachers and students working towards what I really feel is the cutting edge in teaching and learning without sacrificing the arts and really developing the whole child. And that is what really, I think, makes this district and this school so unique, is that we're providing a total education to students. And that's that part of being developmentally responsive and really being attuned to what students are passionate about, discovering that and developing it, while at the same time really giving them the skills and the concepts academically for them to be successful at Columbia High School and for them to be successful if they choose a four-year college or a different career path. So from the academic excellence to developing the whole child to how we're really on the cutting edge with using technology to individualize learning for students, the experience on a daily basis that we give our children of working with people who are different from them and students who are different from them, preparing them for what really is becoming a global community, this is what I really feel is just the best that a middle school can offer. And I really look forward to working with my staff and the community to getting recognized as a top middle level school in the nation.
And I think you will.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you're a part of our district, and thank you so much for
You're very
having
welcome.
me here today. I
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Principal Trupo, thank you so much for having me today at Maplewood Middle School.
My pleasure.
So excited to be here. Can you just share with me a little bit about your school that makes it so special, how it's organized and structured, and what some of the highlights of the school are?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Our middle school is structured into what we call interdisciplinary teams, and that means that there are teams of teachers comprising language arts, math, social studies, and science, and with students assigned to those teams on each grade level. Within the middle school concept of teaming, there are certain structures and practices that are what we call best practice regarding middle school instruction and how to identifying and reaching young adolescents. And the most important thing is the teaching that goes on in the classroom. And I think when you walk around a little later, what you'll see is teachers who are interested in what they're doing. I'm proud to say that I work with staff who are willing to learn. They sit in professional development opportunities, not saying I know this, but saying how can I bring this into my classroom and how can I challenge kids and how can I help those that need assistance in certain areas. And that's the spirit of the staff that works here. And they're open to new things, they're open to trying things, and they're willing to learn. And that's an exciting thing to be a part of. I've been in 5 or 6 different school districts as a teacher and administrator, and I've never worked in a building before where the students have so many opportunities to learn from their friends and their friends' families about life, about the world of work, because of the diversity of jobs and occupations and interests that our community brings. So we have, I know students whose parents are college professors, work in the theater, in the music industry, and we just have an incredible diversity of experience out there that really lends to an enriching experience for our students. So when you combine the school and the teachers with the experience that the students bring, I think you have a really exciting environment, one for kids and one for a principal as well. We have a variety of clubs after school that teachers run, and we've been very fortunate to work with a grant-funded program known as YouthNet, and they've contributed to our ability to host things for kids after school. Teachers offer clubs from chess to Adventurers, which is a fantasy game, to cooking we've had in the past. We've had some writing clubs and some pretty exciting things. This year we have restructured our student council, and we're trying to kind of bring our student council into the 21st century, moving away from the traditional president, vice president, secretary. And we're asking some questions, and I've been meeting with the student council and talking about how does the student council serve the school, serve the community, and thereby enriching your experience as members of the student council. So that's another opportunity that we have for kids to get involved besides the traditional classroom.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you having me in the school today.
Thank you.
Dr. Lilly, thank you so much for having me into Columbia High School today.
We welcome you.
Please, please share with us the inside scoop on Columbia High School.
Wow, the inside scoop. There's a lot of scoop.
Yes.
There's a lot of scoop. Columbia High School is just such a fine institution. I think it's really very, very important just to talk about the tradition, the history. You know, it's so rich. And I believe that's why we are who we are today, because of the rich traditions that have existed for over 100 years now. The curricula here at Columbia High School is like none I've ever seen before. And I say that because there are so many diverse course offerings for students. If a student has an interest in it, more than likely it's here at Columbia High School. And I say, for example, the photography classes. Very few high schools can afford to even offer electives such as sociology or photography or crafts or the history classes, the psychology classes, because of the budgetary concerns. We have been able to sustain those programs since I've been here, and I've been here a total of 10 years. And just knowing that students have opportunities at such diverse curricula, I think is such a plus for us. We do have over 21 AP courses, and that's very unusual in and of itself. when I was doing my research about Columbia High School, I realized that the AP offerings were so diverse and so rich. So when I look at the broad spectrum in terms of course offerings for students, if students want to take advantage of it, they have it here at Columbia High School. And we're really very, very proud of that. Oftentimes, we encourage students to explore, because it's very, very important for them to lay the groundwork and the foundation before they move on to higher education. And we want to make certain that students now are aware of what can be offered to them so that they can be better prepared for post-secondary opportunities and learning. So we provide for students opportunities to be able to find themselves, and we want to be able to provide supports for them to be able to prepare themselves for life after Columbia High School. And, you know, when I think about the number of programs here, you know, when we talk about the CCN TV studio, for example, when we talk about the special dance class, when we talk about the Black Box Theater, when we talk about the new science laboratories and the other new classrooms that provide instructional services and support to students, it's quite diverse. And it's really very, very exciting. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the talented faculty that we have here at Columbia High School. I really am amazed at the number of teachers who are just brilliant and have honed their craft in terms of teaching and honed their areas of expertise in the various content areas. So when I look at the athletic programming, when I look at the co-curricular activities, whether we're talking about service clubs or the chess club, which is very, very small, in comparison to student council, the leading student government organization in the school, all of them are important, and all of them create this mosaic that represents Columbia High School. And when we look at that mosaic, it really represents not just the curricula, the co-curricular offerings, it represents the diverse students that attend Columbia High School as well. And I'm really proud of our students. I think one of the main reasons why I get up every day, and I live an hour from the school, why I take that drive on the Garden State Parkway every day is because of our children, our students. I love these kids. I love them. I care about them. And for me, it's not about offering or providing an education for them that's second class. Coach, to me, doesn't matter. It's bringing the students into a first class education, one in which they now can be proud, one which now can provide them for the opportunities post-secondary experiences. And we talk about the students who go to college, and we do have a very high percentage of students who are going to college. We have a high graduation rate, and we're talking about 90% plus in both categories. But not only do we want students to get into good colleges and universities, we want them to finish. Columbia High School is a great school. We're a diamond. And some people just have to find out who we are. When you look at us internally and you see what we do, and when you see us graduating over 450 students every year in the senior class, we're doing something right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
having me in your wonderful
You're
school
welcome.
today.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you.